Joining us now is Tamara Goodell. She's a cousin of the Menendez brothers. Tamara, thanks so much for being with us. Tell me why the family is so fervently opposed to having Nathan Hochman even now working on this case. Or you want him recused. You want him removed.
Yes, thank you, Elizabeth, for your time. I very much appreciate you. At this point, the treatment that we have received from Nathan Hochman has just been completely out of alignment with everything that the resentencing law and AB 600 and AB 88 all stand for. We are the family, and as the family, we are still victims. And so the bottom line here that I don't understand why he is not ever acknowledging is that as a family, we are multidimensional victims.
Right, because members of your family were murdered and members of your family were convicted of those murders. And I know that one of the elderly members of the Menendez family was hospitalized after walking into court and seeing large, grisly photos of the crime scene.
Exactly. And very honestly, Hochman's response and Balian's response of that we should have expected that to come out, it's not appropriate. It's unprofessional. It's completely unethical for the fact that in a resentencing hearing, this is about rehabilitation and their behavior and transformation during their time during incarceration. This is about post-conviction activities and behavior, and how were we as family to think that that would even be something that we should know to expect.
You have actually said that he's been, quote, hostile, dismissive, and patronizing toward you.
Oh, absolutely. I will just tell you in a one-on-one meeting that I had with him on January 3rd, it was really, really disappointing that an elected official who supposedly is there for the rights of victims very quickly dismissed anything I had to say about our concerns. And I initiated that one-on-one meeting because I wanted to give him context of why our family had fears of him of his ability to be impartial when he had already shown some very suspicious bias attentions towards Kathy Katie and her client.
You listen, I've interviewed DA Hochman about this. He says he denies he's biased against Erik and Lyle Menendez. And he says he just simply wants Erik and Lyle to publicly admit to lying about how they planned the crime. That he wants them to come clean with what he says are their lies. Let's take I think do we have that soundbite, control room? Let's play that so you can respond.
Okay. Until they come clean, fully clean, with the full breadth of their lies, deceit, and their denials, they are not in a position to be trusted, to be fully rehabilitated, and continue to pose a risk to society of public safety.
So if that's his position, and he's made that position twice now on my show, and he's said so publicly in a press conference, why don't Erik and Lyle just come out and issue a statement saying, yes, we did in fact lie about these parts of the crime, about it being premeditated. You know, we admit to all these things that we lied about, 2 decades ago, 3 decades ago, during the trial.
At this point, when we look at his list, his checklist, as he calls it, all of those details were actually discussed during the second trial. And honestly, as a family, one of the points that he has made repeatedly is that he wants Erik and Lyle to apologize to us as a family and come clean with what they have done. And I have to tell you, they have apologized to all of us multiple times, have said, we want to sit down with you. We want to answer your questions. They are willing to talk to us about it. They've never once denied or tried to scapegoat what actions they took. They have absolutely said, this is what we did. This is why we did it. Should there have been another outlet? Yes. At the same point, I don't know what else Hochman wants, because with the things that he has asked of them to do on behalf of us, the victims, they have done. And they have
I think he
repeatedly
wants, I think
apologized.
he's talking more, not what he might have said, the brothers, Erik and Lyle, have said to you privately, but I think he wants to make a public statement because he did lie to police for many, many months. They staged an elaborate, scene at the murder scene to make it look like a mob hit, and and lied about how they discovered their parents' bodies. I think that's what he's looking for. Bottom line, Tamara. Erik and Lyle, I mean, I remember doing this story. We were like, oh, they might be free for Thanksgiving or Christmas of last year. Things have definitely changed. Are they,
Yes.
when you speak to them, to Erik and Lyle, is hope waning for you and for them that they will eventually get out?
Hope is not waning. It's just becoming further off into the distance. I will say, Erik and Lyle both are actually pillars of strength for us. Ironically, they keep telling us, don't get discouraged. This is just a part of the process. This has been their experience for 35 years, so they know what it's like. But at the same point, all of these amazing accomplishments that they have achieved over the past 35 years, they have done so to improve prison for other people, and without the thought that they were ever going to see outside of the prison walls.
Well, Tamara Goodell, stay in touch. We will keep following the story as it develops. I know that you're fighting hard for a cause you believe in, and I appreciate you coming on the show.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.